Sun on its way down. About to drive off for tonight's location. Get back here. This is just another example of where they've turned an ordinary pull-in into a car park and stopped people parking here overnight. We'll put a few stones there to stop people pulling too far forward in camper vans. We'll put signs up, free car parking, but no for penalties for overnight parking. Don't know if you can see that. It's pretty washed out. It's everywhere, fucking everywhere. Widespread problem. But I'm going to find somewhere else further up along this path with no fucking signs. Kiss my fucking arse. Yep. We're sitting here on the Northumberland coast. It's time to fire up Dave's Wild Camperman kitchen. See you there. That's what we're talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That there. See you there. I got a question about the cutlery. Why I'm using plastic utensils. I've got forks as well, but I can't be bothered to look for it. I've just got a spoon out. I says, wait, when you're in a camper van, you don't really want a drawer full of metal knives and forks like rattling around here when you're driving. I mean, there's probably ways of stopping them rattling around, but to me it's just as easy just to buy these. Disposable. This is my second little meal tonight. I stopped off in a pub. I just got something light. I didn't really go in for any food. I thought, well, go in for like a couple of drinks or something like that. But it was one of them pubs where they're like sort of, you wait and they take you to the table and all that, and they're not sort of a pub where you just go in for a drink, you know what I mean? You've got to buy something to eat, really. So I was looking on the menu for the most lightest thing I could probably get, and it was just like a salad. Like a chicken and bacon salad or something like that. I had a pint. But anyway, I'm on the coast now. As you probably could hear the sea. Finished the late shift on the Friday, 11 PM. Went to my sister's, had a shower. Went to McDonald's. Kept on the moors. And this is the second night of the weekend. On the coast, Northumberland coast. It's one of the very few spots you can find, really, on the Northumberland coast where you can actually park. Further along was like a little car park, what never used to be a car park when I used to come along years ago. It was just a bit of worn grass at the side of the road where people used to park up, and you had like a view of the sea. But now they've made it into a little car park, put stones down and signs up, and it's just who gives them the fucking right, do you know what I mean? Who says, oh, all of a sudden you can't park there when people have been parking there for fucking years? Do you know what I mean? Fucking makes me sick, this country. It really does. Sometimes they do things to try and make it look like they're actually making improvements, but maybe it's putting a bit of fencing up or doing something to make, but it's really just to fuck people off in the long run. It's to stop people and like camping overnight and stuff like that, because they turn it into a control zone so they can like control who stops there, and in the time of day people leave, and you know what I mean. It's just it's what it's all about. Like it's about getting you in that fucking house watching the television. It just makes you fucking bitter, you know what I mean? Most people don't see it because they don't live that kind of lifestyle. It doesn't bother them, but the people that do want to live like that, it's to try and stop it, you know what I mean? Basically, they don't want you living freedom. They don't want you living free and having freedom and not paying your council tax and stuff like that. They want you tied down to a property. A property. That's all what life's about to most people, is a property. They've got to have the property. You know what I mean? That's the priority. Once you've got that property, you're never going to be free. Never, because there's always restrictions around that property, and there's always utility bills, standing charges, fucking council tax, all that shit that comes with it. Spam, fucking mail, fucking TV licenses, fucking BT, fucking Sky, fucking all this shit. It rules your fucking life, basically. And you'll always have it when you've got that fucking property. I chose to be away from all that. That's why I'm here tonight. But the powers that be don't want you to live like that. And you see it all around. You see it all around. It's not like we're leaving a mess or anything like that. I've got a bag of rubbish here, carry a bag of rubbish, and that'll go away with me. It's not like I'm dumping rubbish anywhere, doing no harm. You know what I mean? There's nobody using the car park at night. It's just totally empty. So why won't allow people just to park there? What difference is it parking there and sleeping there? The only difference is you've got your eyes shut. That's the only difference. Somebody could pull up there and park there all night with their eyes open. What's the difference with somebody with their eyes shut? You're not leaving any mess. You're no different. You're just sleeping. It's the only difference. It's not like you're fucking sleeping with a big fucking fire there and a fire pit and all that shit. You know what I mean? Because I mean, you might think of it one way. You might think it's got to be controlled, because if they didn't put them signs up, you're going to get fucking hundreds of people fucking stopping here. Where it wouldn't happen, because the people that are doing what I'm doing now, they do it regardless. They'll do it regardless of fucking council's signs and everything. It's only the people that want to do it this way. If they didn't have the signs up, you're not going to get a flood of people wanting to buy a camper van and sleep out every night. It's not the case. It's only people that want to do this. They're only stopping people that want to do this. They're not. It's not going to encourage more people to do it if there wasn't any signs. I mean, I've camped along here many times, and I've never seen signs of like no camping signs and all that, but I've seen them in the daylight. It's a sad world we're living. It's a sad world. I was going to watch a film tonight. I've got a new projector, as I was telling you in a previous video. It's just a battery powered one. It's not obviously not as good a quality as the one I used to have. It's not as bright, but it's good enough, you know what I mean? It runs on like an Android operating system, where you can access like Android apps. You can download Android apps from the Play Store and stuff like that. You can mirror your phone there on it as well, and you can. It's got 2 USB ports on the back. It's got a SD card, like a mini SD card, what you would put in your mobile. It's got one of them on. It's also got a HDMI and what have you, and VGA, stuff like that, ports and stuff like that on the back. It's got an internal battery which charges up off 19 volts. And once it's charged up, it lasts about 3 hours or something like that. It's got remote control and all that. It's actually 3D as well. It's got a 3D setting where you can actually, if you had 3D glasses, you can turn the movie into 3D and watch it in 3D with glasses, you know what I mean? I haven't tried that yet, like, but I haven't got a screen fitted there in the camper yet. I've just bought a little mount to mount the projector on from the ceiling, where you can like just screw the part of the mount off when you're not using it, and then just screw it back onto the fitting, and it'll hang off the ceiling probably about 6 inches to a foot or something like that, and you can just move it wherever you want, you know what I mean? So I'll get a screen eventually and fit it so it's like always going to be there pointing at the screen. Well, it's a good morning. That's the view. It's a nice view. We'll get back to you.
Nebraska in goal, Yedlin, Lascelles, Lejeune, Bennett, Diano, Solly, Risky, Perez, Kennedy, Gale up front, and a bench of Gallo, Clark, Mancillo, Hayden, Murphy, Slimani available again after being ineligible to play at Leicester because that's the club he's on loan from last weekend. And Costello, no Marino, no Atsu, and well, hardly surprised these days that no Mbemba at all. Just can't get anywhere near the squad. Let us know what you make of that. Newcastle, thanks also to results yesterday in Southampton, losing a 2-goal lead to Chelsea and being beaten by 3 goals to 2. Still 10 points clear of the relegation zone.
Really, we're exactly where we were. You know, we're in exactly the same place. Yes, we're safe in the Premier League. Mike Ashley knows what he wants for the football club. Is anybody going to be forthcoming and give him that? We're just going to have to wait and see. And of course, then the Rafa situation is, you know, everything is.
Rafa Benitez there talking about Arsenal, Newcastle's form and the future. It is going to be a big summer yet again. But the work they've done to get themselves safe pretty much, if not mathematically, could be a big help when it comes to planning for what's next. The two teams are out on the pitch. Arsenal's players with blue tracksuit tops over their blue away kit. Newcastle United, as you would expect, in the black and white stripes, black shorts and black
See you
socks.
on the next camp.
It's an unchanged lineup, 4 matches in a row. Rafa Benitez has gone with Martin Dubravka.